Perla, thank you. This morning, the Greenville County Sheriff's Office is investigating a shooting that left a man injured. According to deputies, the shooting happened just before 11 o'clock last night at the Eagle Trace Apartments on Lakeside Road. The victim was taken to the hospital, but there's no update on their condition this morning. Right now, there's no word on a possible suspect, but if you have any information that could help deputies, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers. Greenville County deputies also want to know who's responsible for a shooting that injured a child while they were sleeping. It happened Tuesday night at an apartment complex off of Eunice Drive. Deputies say no one inside the apartment was the target of the shooting, but we're told the child was taken to the hospital with what's believed to be non-life-threatening injuries. Anyone with information needs to call Crime Stoppers. Today marks 1 year since President Biden was sworn into office. The past 12 months have seen a continuing pandemic, rising inflation, and political divide. Then last night, another legislative setback. Aixa Diaz has more.
Destiny, President Biden says he's disappointed but not deterred after the Senate blocked voting rights last night. The president not ruling out taking executive action on the issue as he looks ahead to his second year.
We have faced some of the biggest challenges that we've ever faced in this country.
At a White House press conference, President Biden answered questions about his first year in office and what lies ahead.
We're not going back to lockdowns. We're not going back to closing schools. Schools should stay open.
The president acknowledging the frustration and exhaustion Americans are feeling over COVID and inflation.
The best thing to tackle high prices is a more productive economy.
The president pointing to the bipartisan infrastructure bill as a first-year accomplishment and admits his bigger proposals like Build Back Better will need to be pared down in order to pass.
I think we can break the package up, get as much as we can now, and come back and fight for the rest later.
Biden has no choice but to be incremental about going forward. They simply do not have the votes in the Congress to pass the kind of legislation Biden wants.
The president pointing the finger at Republicans for blocking his agenda, even though two members of his own party are the ones standing in the way of voting rights and the social spending package. In Washington, Aixa Diaz, WYFF News 4.
New numbers from Prisma Health show more than half of its COVID-19 patients are unvaccinated. Our Daniel Robinson is joining us live now in Greenville with a warning from doctors this morning. Daniel.
Destiny, Prisma Health says they currently have 647 COVID-19 patients across South Carolina, and 79% of those are not vaccinated. The hospital system says that they're also concerned about the number of children with COVID-19 in hospitals. Right now in the upstate, doctors say that there are 17 children in the hospital with the virus, and none of those are vaccinated. Doctors have also been warning against so-called Omicron parties where people gather and intentionally try to get COVID-19. They are calling that a bad idea for individuals in the community. They say this does come as a time when healthcare systems are already seeing that spike in patients. For now, live in Greenville, Daniel Robinson, WYFF News 4.
Daniel, thank you. More Americans will soon have access to N95 masks for free. 400 million masks will start shipping out next week. They're coming from the Strategic National Stockpile. The White House says you'll be able to pick them up at local pharmacies and community health centers. The White House says the program will be fully up and running by early February. People looking to pick the free masks up will be limited to 3 per person. A death investigation is underway in Spartanburg County. The coroner was called to St. John Street at North Forest Street around noon yesterday. That's near the Miracle Hill Rescue Mission. No other details have been released. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. Snapchat says new parental controls are coming soon. These include options to limit friend suggestions for teen users so that strangers won't easily find their accounts. Snapchat will no longer show accounts for 13 to 17-year-olds as suggestions to others unless they have a certain number of friends in common. The company says more details about that and other controls will be unveiled in the coming months. The totals are in. Greenville County Animal Care says it raised more than $12,000 in memory of Betty White. The shelter says it's blown away by the number of donations it received in honor of the Betty White Challenge. The challenge called on people to donate $5 to an animal shelter or rescue in the days leading up to what would have been her 100th birthday. Greenville County Animal Care says if you would still like to donate, you can do so by going to greenvillecounty.org/ACS. Work to tear down Ice on Main got underway yesterday in downtown Greenville. The final day of skating was scheduled for Monday, but the rink was covered in snow. Ice on Main is set to reopen in November.